What's up YouTube? This is Kyler. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is a Magic the Gathering burn deck profile. The strategy of the deck is basically use spells that target your opponent directly and just burn them for damage as fast as possible. It's a very aggressive style deck. It's my favorite deck to play in the Magic the Gathering format. This is a modern style deck, so I'll just dive in. I played 3 Birgi, God of Storytelling, and the reason why that I do this is just because of its effects. Whenever you cast a spell, add a Mountain until end of turn. You don't lose this mana at steps and phases end, and creatures you control can boast twice. Also has another effect that's okay. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn, so it's versatile. And the reason why I play 3, I just feel like just 1 or 2 just wasn't working. 3 makes the deck very consistent because there's gonna be a lot of times where just like early on it just really makes the deck, this burn deck, very consistent. It's also a 3/3 beater, so it gives you a body on the field, and it's really probably the most important card of the deck, and it's so important if you're gonna play this deck profile. And all the cards will be in the description, by the way. You need to play 3. So I'll play 1 Tear of the Peaks, and I just really like this card because just in case this deck is probably gonna go at least 7 turns, honestly, for an aggressive style deck. So you're just gonna want something. It's a flyer, and it's pretty big, and it says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Tear of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. So for example, you get a 3/3 out, it's 3 damage, you know. And you can also use this effect if you already have a sorry for the glare, just the lighting was pretty bad, so I had to come up with something. But like I said, whenever you cast a spell, being able to add a Mountain mana, I mean, it just makes the deck very consistent. And this is just something more of just a boss monster that you can deal with once the game starts getting more turns. And this is probably my favorite Magic the Gathering card of all time. I play 4 Vexing Devil. And what it does, if you don't know, when Vexing Devil enters the battlefield, any opponent may have it deal 4 damage to him or her. And if a player does, you sacrifice it. So you can just burn it for 4 damage, or for 1 mana, get a 4/3 body. And that plays pretty well with this, because then you just keep popping these and possibly burn it for 8 damage. There's plenty of cards in here too that will prevent my opponent from preventing damage, such as Bonecrusher Giant, which is another big 4/3 body. I like this because it's a 4/3 body, and it also gives me the option to burn them for 2 damage by using its Stomp, Instant Adventure. And a 4/3 body that's just pretty big for 3 mana. So it just really fits the deck. Just want to get some creatures as well. Monastery Swiftspear, of course. Haste, 1 drop whenever you cast a non-creature spell, which I plan on casting many. Gets a +1/+1. It's just a good way to kind of block, because I'm really just trying to burn their ass. So I can kind of like just have some interaction as well. 4 Viashino, sorry I said it wrong, Pyromancer, and just comes in the battlefield and directly just deals 2 damage to a player or planeswalker. And 4 copies. Again, all these cards will be in the description. I played just 1 Chandra, Torch of Defiance. It's just for consistency, being able to add that 2 mana. You really do not want to miss a mana drop in here, but you don't want to use a lot of mana at the same time. You don't have to, because cards like this and God of Storytelling. And it's the first effect, you know, you kind of like shorten your deck out and still burn them as well with this last effect. Whenever you cast a spell, it deals 5 damage to any target. So if you can get that off, it's pretty swell, pretty important. So probably the second most important card in the deck, behind Birgi, God of Storytelling. This was probably the first before I started playtesting it. Is Risk Factor. This card is so good for a 3-drop. Target opponent may have Risk Factor, deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards, and then he has a Jumpstart effect. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. Then exile this card. So I'll play 4 of those, just really get 4 damage to them. And if they don't want me to do that, you're gonna draw 3 cards. That's really important. You want to stay ahead of the chains and just get more cards than your opponent. You're really just trying to outrace them and just burn the shit out of them. Skullcrack, 4 copies, and players cannot gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn, so it's very important. And it deals 3 damage to target players for 2 mana. So unable to prevent damage, and you're gonna take 3. I play 4 lightning strike, and now I'm gonna ask you. I do not. I'm gonna tell you. I don't play lava spike. Why? Well, one, honestly, I could not find them, and two, it really does not matter the difference. 3 damage to any target versus 2 damage to something that's more limited. 2 or 1, it just doesn't matter. At that point, you're gonna have with Birgi Glass storytelling. This just doesn't matter. You can be able to get this out. The extra mana it's not really gonna affect your gameplay. And then I play 4 Wild Slash. This deals 2 damage to any target and control creature with power 4 or greater. Damage can't be rendered this turn, so we do a couple of those. 3 Shocks. You can play Lava Spike instead. Does 2 damage to any target. So just going straight towards the opponent. Play 3 Thrill Possibility. You just don't want to sit there with no card in your hand, bunch of mana. You know, you want to beat your opponent when it comes to card advantage with this deck. And another Tormenting Voice, pretty much the exact same thing. Just 4 copies. This card advantage is going to be really important here. And then only play 2 Fabled Passage. You can play 3. And I play 1 Evolving Wilds. I just don't, with the fetch lands, you can play more because, like I said, you want to be able to get out your resources. But if not, hey man, you can play more. This is going to be for November. I'll probably do another one maybe next month. But that's all I believe play for fetch lands. And it works. And I believe this is just about roughly 1, 2... about 14 mountains and 3 fetch lands. So altogether just 17 lands. And a deck in its entirety is 61 cards. So everything in this deck profile that I put in here will be in the description. I'll try to show you guys a couple test hands real quick. Bear with me. Just see what's in store. I'm shuffling off camera, so I want you guys to just see my skills. But nonetheless, here we go. Now, hopefully this is a pretty decent shuffle. Okay. But yeah, 61 cards here. I feel like this deck is very powerful. I feel like I can just go toe-to-toe with pretty much anything. I really do. I feel like Burn is just the best MTG deck there is, period. So, we draw 7 cards here. Now, again, my shuffling. Not the best, so fuck that. Rewind, no 7, but alright. I just kinda half-ass shuffled. So we got an Evolving Wilds, a Tear of Peaks, a Vexing Devil, another Mountain, another Vexing Devil, and another Mountain. So there's choices here. You just kind of go for the Mountain on turn 1. Your Vexing Devil out. Probably just say that. Let me keep it. Draw another card. Risk factor. The 4/3 is gonna be tough to handle. Kind of just play another Mountain. No, never mind. I don't even play a Mountain. Play the Evolving Wilds. You know what I'm saying? Get another Mountain out. Whatever. Go to another Vexing Devil. But if you like more test hands or whatever, just comment, like, subscribe, and let me know. I can do that. Have a good day.